Welcome to Spiritual Seedlings Interviews. I'm author Nancy Flinchbaugh, and today I'm very happy to be interviewing Jean Bloom, who is the audible narrator of my new book, Mariah of the Wind. Jean Bloom is an avid reader and a narrator. She performs in audiobooks, podcasts, audio dramas, animations, and video game pods, and I'm very glad to welcome her today. Well, welcome, Jean Bloom. It's so good to meet you and to have you here with me today to talk to you a little bit about your narration of my new book, Mariah of the Wind. So I wanted to start by asking you to just tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got involved in narrating audiobooks.
Absolutely. And I'm so happy to meet you too, Nancy. It was an absolute pleasure working on Mariah of the Wind with you. So as you said, I'm Jean. I'm an avid reader, first and foremost, basically a nerd in general. Outside of some narration and voice acting, I've worked in healthcare for about 2 decades now. And I actually got my start in voice acting during the pandemic. So in kind of a roundabout way, this book felt quite comforting to me because the backdrop of the pandemic was so overwhelming, and narration really helped center me, get back to reading, things like that. So yeah, I thought I would give narration a try just to bring my love for books out, my love for acting. And I got into some podcasts, some fun little projects, and eventually audio narrating.
Well, I'm so glad that you narrated Mariah of the Wind. And as you said, it was set in the pandemic, as we were all at that time. I was writing it during the pandemic, and we were all trying to deal with this new reality.
Of course.
So I was just curious, after reading it out loud, and why would you recommend people listen to Mariah of the Wind?
Oh, I was a big fan of this book while I was reading it. It was romantic, it was sweet, and it still had this important message all the way throughout it. And we really are living through extraordinary times, both with the pandemic and with the climate crisis. And this book hit on both of those while not forgetting that these characters are going through different things personally as well. Like, it's not just about the pandemic, it's not just about the climate crisis. Those are the backdrops for sure, but these characters were going through their own stories as well. And they sometimes felt small, they sometimes felt helpless. And I know I felt those things during the pandemic, but they didn't let that stop them from their growth as characters. They were always trying to do better, they were always trying to be better, and they wanted to make the world better too. I found it so hopeful, so optimistic, and I think this is something we need more and more. I think anyone struggling with feeling lonely, isolated, or even overwhelmed would really benefit from Mariah of the Wind.
Well, thank you. What did you, I guess you've really said what you enjoyed about it, but do you want to say anything more about what you specifically enjoyed about the book?
Yeah, I loved the characters. I don't think it's very often that we get a strong female character who is comfortable in her femininity like Mariah is. Her strengths are traditionally female, but they're still strong. She's a good role model. She's kind, gentle, patient, resilient, forgiving, intelligent, friendly. She's capable. She truly was just a beautiful soul inside and out. And Max, of course, classic heartthrob. You can't go wrong with a gentleman who's got a tragic past and a heart of gold. And honestly, the villain, the personification of, I don't want to spoil anything, the personification of big fossil fuel industry in this book ended up being my absolute favorite character. His arc really, I found surprising and so memorable.
Good old Howard. He started out as quite a character. Yeah, he did become a little more lovable as time went on. He was a character. What would you say the book has to say about the Earth?
Oh, I think Mariah's view of the planet was very refreshing. Like from her perspective, it was easy to see what she loved about the earth, what she wanted to save about the earth. She was so vivid in her descriptions of it from her perspective. The earth was so colorful and hopeful and something worth working to save. Uh, it was easy to see, even if you're not very religious, the spirituality and peace she found in nature. And I think that's universal. I think there's something everyone can appreciate from that, whether it's appreciating a walk in nature or just like going down the street. It was really, really nice. I thought that really brought home why it's important to preserve our climate and our earth, just the little things.
Well, that's really gratifying to hear you say that, because that was one of my goals in writing the book, was just to celebrate the earth and to have Mariah in love with the earth. And I guess I experienced that myself, walking through the seasons. I'm just always amazed with the beauty of the earth. So I
Yeah,
trying to capture that. I'm glad that
I could feel that there was like childlike wonder about it, even.
yeah, the earth is so amazing and so worthy of our care and concern. So, is there anything challenging about narrating the novel?
Practically, I don't speak Italian, and there were some Italian words in there that I definitely was checking my pronunciation on. A bit more emotionally and honestly, I've had a bit of a difficult relationship with my own mother and a recent reconciliation. So feeling Mariah go through something of that process was very cathartic, even. It was very real. I thought her journey to forgiveness.
I'm glad. So it sounds like you're really involved in a lot of different audio projects. Do you have anything else underway right now?
Yeah, currently very proud to be working with a group of very talented developers. Uh, they're doing an award-winning already Half-Life cut content restoration mod called Raising the Bar Redux. Very excited to be working with them on that. And novel wise, I'm working on another romance novel called Foxy Heist about a jewel thief who finds herself trapped in a paranormal realm. So not quite as romantic, but still very fun.
Well, it sounds like it keeps you active in your spare time from your other work that you do too. Well, it's very nice to meet you, and I certainly hope that people will take advantage of listening to your wonderful rendition of Mariah of the Wind. So thank
Thank
you
you so
so much.
much, Nancy. This was a wonderful read. I would recommend it, even if you don't listen to it, to read it. It was light, it was fun, it was so romantic, and it had a great message. I would truly recommend it to anyone.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. It's great to talk to you today.
You too. Thank you so much for having me.
This has been Nancy Flinchbaugh with Jean Bloom. I want you to know that Mariah of the Wind is now available on Audible, narrated by Jean Bloom and written by Nancy Flinchbaugh. You can find more information and links to purchase on my website at spiritualseedlings.com/Mariah of the win, or check out Nancy Flinchbaugh on Amazon for a listing of this and my other books. You can follow me on my websites at spiritualseedlings.com, nancyflinchbaugh.com. Find me on Facebook at Nancy Flinchbaugh Author and on my YouTube channel at Nancy Flinchbaugh. You can also find me on Instagram at flinchbaugh.nancy and TikTok Nancy Flinchbaugh Author. Thank you for listening and have a great day.